I'm here to.
And across the ring, his opponent.
We're going to skip to the fight, and don't say I told you so. Look at my page. Please like and subscribe. And I give the best box analysis that everyone ever going to give. I trained fighters for 30 years, UFC fighters and boxers, and I call this fight exactly what happened. Look at my page and all the predictions I made about Mike Perry and Jake Paul. Here we go. We're going to start it. Now notice Mike Perry's got his hands down like I said, and look what's going to happen like I said.
Jake's starting to fight on his toes, creating distance.
We said that earlier on. We said he's going to be lateral, sticking the jab.
Mike better protect himself.
Ooh, great body shot right there by Jake.
Jake told us no one goes to Mike Perry's body. I will.
He's going to the body so he can set up the overhand right. Take 1 or 2 shots to the body, and if you can see his hands drop, especially Mike Perry's left hand, Jake's going to look to throw the overhand right.
Very noticeable size.
Whoa!
Told you.
Man.
Jab high, jab low, overhand right.
Paul promised a first-round KO, and that's a
Don't say I told you so.
promising start. Perry looks shell-shocked.
Man, that body shot shook him up, and that head shot, oh, nice left hook right there by Jake.
Perry's got to let his hands go. It may be over before he lands a punch.
Perry can get away with his hands being down in bare-knuckle boxing. In boxing, he cannot.
And one thing Perry's doing wrong is he's standing straight up, so he's open for that left hook or that right hand. His chin is exposed.
He invites people to throw punches so he can brawl back and forth. Jake is not the guy you want to invite to throw a punch at your head.
Ariel, what's his body language telling you?
I'm going to tell you this. Jake Paul is not going to knock out Mike Tyson with his hands like that. Mike Tyson will knock him out.
Look at the size difference. That's a guy, Jake Paul, who walks around at around 220, 230. Mike Perry barely made 200, so you see it right there, and Jake's confidence is just growing. Jake doesn't need to out-muscle Mike. He doesn't need to clinch with him. He just has to outbox him because Mike isn't protecting himself, and like you guys said, he's leaving himself open for shots.
I mean, Jake needs to throw straight 1-2s, and he's not doing it.
Yeah, man, I don't understand why Mike has his hands so low.
Because that's the way he fights in bare knuckle and MMA, but as you know, that doesn't work in the sweet science.
And Jake is not the beacon of cardio, but he's kind of breathing a little heavy right now. I think he's not used to hitting somebody that hard and still being around.
And that's where Perry can do his best damage if he can get Paul still in the corner.
That was a good overhand right by Perry that landed on the temple of Jake.
Like I said early on,
man.
Mike Perry does come alive when the going gets tough. We'll see if he's not looking great so far.
Good right hand, and he stumbled Perry again.
Yeah, Perry doesn't have an answer for that hook and that overhand right.
He's very flat-footed, moving forward.
That straight jab that Jake Paul's throwing is landing. He needs to throw the straight jab and the straight right hand. Stop everything else.
Upright, he's leaving himself exposed.
And Ariel, he's following him as well. He's not cutting the ring off, he's following Jake.
Like a zombie, not moving his head.
He needs to take a big 45-degree angle step in front of him when you see him going away.
He needs to survive this round.
Nice overhand right by Perry.
Good body shot again from Paul, and that has affected Perry.
There you go. See, straight punches.
Another good, solid jab from Paul.
Perry's walking to the corner shaky.
Jake's getting better as a boxer. I'm going to just be real. Mike Perry has gotten away with having his hands down quite a bit. And people talk about how strong it is for somebody to shut the light out. Hands up is what he needs to do.
Mike said we're dealing with pillows.
That's no protection, but it's actually more weight coming towards your face.
Exactly. The only difference with bare knuckle is that you can
himself. He's too upright. Jake hits way too hard.
This is a good time to clinch, but I don't think Perry's going to clinch. It's not in his repertoire to do so.
Jake has...
See, I think his corner told him to throw the. See how Jake Paul's hand is down right here? Mike Tyson will catch him with that overhand right, hit him with a left hook. He cannot get away with this with Mike Tyson. But see, Perry's making the mistake with his hands down, and he's going to pay. Jake Paul just needs to throw straight 1-2s, and I think his corner told him that.
Been a very good finisher when he gets opponents hurt.
Mike's legs are wobbly as well.
For someone that's hurt to be walking someone down.
No.
You'd love to see Perry at least get one shining moment in this fight for all the fans that are here supporting him. You know he's going to go out on a shield.
See, that was great stuff from Jake. He doesn't want to clinch with Mike.
No defense at all.
Zero, yeah.
At all.
Chin is up, hands are down.
Oh,
Overhand right.
and Jake's doing great, man. He's boxing, keeping distance. He busts up the eye. The right eye of Perry is busted.
I mean, he's even throwing power with the jab. He's been known to throw a lot of power with the right hand, but he's throwing power with the jab, and I think that's the most surprising thing for Mike Perry.
And Perry keeps to follow him, and Jake's just setting traps, walking side to side, setting traps, landing that hook, landing that right hand.
Gabe, do you see any path to victory here for Mike Perry?
I don't, man.
See
It's
that
just a
jab
matter of time.
landing? He needs to
He's
keep
getting
throwing
broke
that
down.
jab.
That's a good hook he landed right there.
Hold the phone.
I mean, he needs to dig down, and he needs to do what Lucas did.
There we go. Make the fight dirty. Make the fight dirty. Frustrate Jake. That's his only hope. This is where Mike Perry comes alive.
And I know what you're saying, Ariel, but one thing about Jake, he's mentally strong. That's not going to bother him.
When I fought Jake, I did the same exact thing in the same arena.
Yeah.
Mike Perry, don't count him out yet.
You can never count Mike Perry out.
Man, Jake is setting up that big right hand because it's right there for him, right down the middle.
Guys, Mike Perry has this crowd eating out of the palm of his hands.
If Perry just put his hands up.
Yes.
Perry's not going to put his hands up, Gabe. Don't waste your breath. He's not going to put his hands up. I'm promising you that.
It's a great round for both fighters. Both fighters had their moments there. So the right, just to set up the left hook.
He's setting him up. He's looking down low. He's either going to throw the slapping left hook or overhand right. Nice left hook by Mike Perry.
Mike Perry.
That's a good body shot right there by Jake. And you know, right there, right here, what Perry's doing is he's following Jake. He needs to cut the ring off. He's following Jake too much.
Another straight right hand from Paul.
This is that moving target we talked about. It's hard to hit a moving target. He needs to cut him off.
And I think there's a cut on the head of Jake Paul now.
Yeah, both fighters are cut.
And now Perry's trying to bully Paul.
Mike Perry has come all the way back.
Yeah, see how that jab lands? All right.
Jake looks tired, guys.
See how that jab lands? I'm a little disappointed in Jake Paul for dropping his hands, but he needs to throw the straight jab and right hand. That's it. It'll just knock him out.
Well, you know, it's tough. You got this guy just walking you down. You're hitting him with your best shots, and he doesn't care, man.
Good uppercut from Jake.
But props to Jake because he's staying disciplined to the game plan.
Sure.
Jake having a hard time seeing out of the left eye as blood pours into it.
And that blood is only going to fuel Perry. Both fighters are cut.
Oh, nice left hook. Nice right uppercut right at the end. Right at the end of the round.
Gabe, you're a pro boxer. How do you describe what we're seeing from Mike Perry? This is absurd.
Man, this is great. It's heart, will, determination.
No technique.
No technique.
This fight is going exactly the way I thought it would go.
No technique. Exactly.
Exactly the way I thought it would go.
But, you know, it's just, you can't teach heart when you hit a guy with your best shot and he gets up and he keeps coming and he cuts you and he's trying to win, you can't teach that, man. Only certain guys have that. It's special.
And it takes discipline for Jake Paul not to get discouraged. You need somebody with your best shot and keep walking forward. Some guys fold under that.
And yeah, props to Perry for coming back, but Jake is still controlling the pace. You know, it's tough, but he's controlling the pace.
We're in round 4.
Oh, nice straight left hand by Mike Perry as he switched to southpaw.
It is a frantic pace and a straight right down the pipe from Paul.
See?
He switched to southpaw and Jake made him pay with a straight right hand.
When he throws that straight right, it lands. Why is he not doing it a lot? Left jab, straight right hand.
And he switched it right back up. That's a big mistake.
Francis made that mistake too against Anthony Joshua.
Man,
Perry's a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, you can see the power right there by Jake.
There's very few people that have equal defense on both sides. I've seen 2 or 3 people total that have that. I would get the left hand up if I'm Mike Perry, and I would keep walking him down off of counters, just like that.
Jake looks like he's found a second wind or something.
Well, Jake tried to sit down on a couple of hard shots to see if he can rock Perry, but it didn't work.
Here comes overhand, guys. That's the setup there for the overhand.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed in Jake's jab. He's not going to knock out Mike Tyson. He's got his hands down. He's cut. He's fighting terrible. He can beat Perry, but Mike Tyson he's not going to beat.
That's a setup. He's testing him out,
Jab
finding
high,
that
jab
range
low,
to the body.
overhand.
Power punches through round 3. Perry is giving as good as he's getting. Whoa!
Oh!
That got his equilibrium off. And the time might be now for Paul to end this.
Jake's being patient. He's setting him up with that big right. Whoa, nice jab. Powerful jab by Jake.
That feels like a power punch.
At this moment, we should see a clinch from Perry. Unfortunately, we know that's not in his game plan.
That's the inexperience, because you got to clinch in this situation or take a knee.
Yeah.
Get the 8 count, try to recover.
Perry's legs still don't look good. Balance is off.
Man, and for him to recover so fast, now he's walking Jake down. He felt that jab.
Yep.
That jab, it stopped him in his track. Good body shot by Jake.
Either way, how about Mike Perry?
Is Perry trying to...
Yeah, Jake Paul's hands are down too. That's not a good sign against Mike Tyson. It might be against Mike Perry. Mike Perry's making some bad mistakes, and Jake is not capitalizing on them. Straight jab, right hand.
He was, but this is not a smart move. He's trying to rope a dope. You don't do that in the middle of
And Jake throws the jab and drops his hand, and he won't get away with that with Mike Tyson.
the ring when you're hurt.
Rope is a...
Oh, man! Whoa, whoa!
2, 3, 4. The referee taking a look at Perry, who's eating everything that Paul is feeding him.
The referee's close. He's paying close attention right now.
But a guy like Perry, you got to let it ride.
The ref does have that look on his face.
And Jake staying disciplined, setting everything up with that jab.
A little nod there from Perry. 10 seconds to go. A brilliant round for Jake Paul.
Great jab by Jake.
Oh, and he caught him with a right at the bell, and Perry almost went down.
We said this. The jab is the #1 thing you need to do to Mike Perry to keep him away. He's not sleeping it properly. His head's right up and his hands are low. It's
Knockout of the year, perhaps. 15 power shots landed in round 4 for Paul.
I think the power shots did the job, but the jab set it up.
Yeah.
That's what Perry's having the most problems with, dealing with the jab.
And that movement.
Jake Paul, keep throwing that jab. Keep throwing that jab, damn it.
He's doing that, and he should.
Perry's starting to lean over, Gabe. Might be susceptible to a big uppercut.
And you know, Jason's having fun here, busting him up with the jab. Jake knows he can land a big right hand. He's just teasing him right now. Jab, 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 busting him up.
He's tenderizing the steak before he tries to fry it. That's what he's doing.
Look at Perry's face.
Perry needs to get his hands up higher.
That's not going to happen.
And slip. You telling me now? He needs to slip and he needs to get inside that strong way.
It honestly defies logic that he's still standing, considering the shots that he's taken and how many times we've seen him get.
That's who he is, though. You know what I mean? That's his being.
There's no output offensively, though, right now for Mike Perry. He's become a punching bag.
I don't know, Todd. I'd like to see you go and punch that punching bag and see what happens.
Well, he's not fighting back right now. Jake's getting scary.
Jake's in full control right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh man!
And look the way that Perry.
Oh yeah,
Perry's
that's it. That's
right
it.
hand again. The referee's
getting
closer.
Nice little jab by Perry as well.
Perry's getting too tough for his own good.
Perry is parrying the jab too much. He's opening up that left hook for him. He's almost pawing it now.
How much more can Mike Perry take?
Honestly, this is his only hope. As dirty as possible. And it might not be enough.
You know, I think Jake just kind of coasts this round right now and just busting him up with the jab, setting him up for the next round.
What a heavyweight showdown we have coming your credit to Perry, who's still coming out for more. That's why he's the king of violence. He says, I can handle the pain.
Good body shot right there by Jake.
Gabe, if you were in Mike's corner, what are you telling him going into this round?
Put your hands up.
Okay.
Put your hands up and bend your knees.
Yes.
He's standing too tall.
Right.
Chin is up in the air. Tuck your chin, put your hands up. See right there?
Oh,
see that?
nice
See
left
that?
hook.
He got low and he landed a shot.
And we talked about that, using that peekaboo style, slipping inside, cutting that. Then he needs to buy real estate, chop down inches of the canvas, and then throw a power shot.
There's the jabs you were talking about.
Oh,
Tyron.
man.
That one caught him good.
I think that's the one.
Right hand. This may be it. Right hand. And he's down for a third time.
Oh, wait.
The jab set up the left hook.
Oh.
And now wave it off. There is a new king of violence, and his name is Jake Paul.
What did I say? Look at my predictions on my page. Look at my predictions from the other day. Exactly what I said was going to happen happened. And Jake Paul, I'm very disappointed in him dropping his hands.